If he doesn't want to make himself available, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll play in a position that I don't need to, you know, for the team.
Especially our big players, they just didn't turn up in the moments that they were needed.
But even for me, as me being me, I remember going into the UTR, I said to George, I said that's when I realised something was wrong.
If I'm looking at it purely from the team's perspective, I'd say it's a failure.
We had the support saying, who the hell is that guy? I don't recognise that person.
I hope they're on it like we are. I hope for their sake they take this serious.
It's not personal. I like everybody, but at the end of the day, I can only pick 11 to go onto the pitch.
Why are we taking all Baiteze's players? Like we can't take some more. We can't take some more.
We can all say it. We've seen it, what Hashtag have done. You know, Hashtag has got a very similar model in terms of online presence to what the Dons has.
Our SC Dons going non-league Saturday football. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a much anticipated Doncast. Now, this is something that we're going to be bringing to the channel weekly. So every week there will be a Doncast. So make sure you leave your comments below, ask any questions you want to ask, and they will be answered in next week's episode. If you want to sponsor the Doncast, please get in touch. info@scdons.com. Put your brand all over the place. We've got to keep the lights on. Today, in the building with us, we have the gaffer, youngest gaffer in Sunday League football, Kingy.
Looking at the clap.
We've got the skipper, Big G. He's going to war for the badge in the next 3 weeks. DFC 3, September the 24th. Please come out and support us. It's our third show. Big up Flips. He's done an amazing job. But the skipper is going to war for the club. Main event against Benny Joseph, G. How are you feeling?
Obviously, it's our first time back to Maidstone since the crazy Kent Cup scenes. But the most important thing is that we've got a Don on the card. And I think that's how we continue to represent where we're from and the message we're sharing about putting down the knives and picking up your gloves, you know what I mean, and representing. So I'm very proud to be able to have my first ever fight within the square circle. And I think everyone behind the DFC movement's doing a fantastic job, from production through to the change of event, man. We've been to the venue this week, the balling in Maidstone, and it's going to be a real coliseum the way we set it up. So I'm really looking forward to making sure I leave the SC Dons family proud, but most importantly, myself as well. I'm taking a lot of pride in this one.
So this is for the Don family. Come get your tickets, man. Come get behind the skipper. The guy he's getting in there with is a lot more experienced than him. He's never had a boxing fight before. He's had a fight before. I've seen him fight. But he's never had a boxing fight, which is a completely different set of skills. So it takes a lot of courage to get in there, trust me. He's left no stone unturned. He's been sparring some tough opponents and he's taken some beatings. So that's what boxing's about, discipline. So yeah, DFC 3, get your tickets. Link will be in the description, scdons.com/DFC. Big up TUA Boxing Gym, Gav, and everyone involved. All right, before we get into it, I'm a gentleman and I'm a man of honour. So it's only right I congratulate the young boy King and Chris behind the camera. You're about to do the owl, spin it so you can show your face. Yeah, Arsenal just defeated SC Dons. Arsenal just beat Man United 3-1 in a controversial manner, because Garnacho for me was onside. That made it 2-1 in around the 88th. But yeah, Arsenal went and they beat United, so congratulations to Arsenal. This is my chance. Someone here, I don't know who watches these things, but there must be someone that watches this with a direct link to the Glazers somehow, or Sheikh Jassim. Glazers, sell the club. Please, give us our club back. Sheikh Jassim, don't give up. Or, come and buy SC Dons. Any Saudis out there, Qataris, Dubai, them lot over there, come and buy SC Dons.
Link in the description.
Hit us up. Keep the lights on. Put them on.
Put them on, bro. Let's keep the standards.
Keep the lights on, man. Now, the truth is, we actually done a full Doncast on the squad update about 2 weeks ago. That's why everyone looks tired. Because we done this whole thing. We done it, Ali?
Yeah.
We done it.
Was here till what? 2 a.m, 3 a.m?
We was here till 2 a.m, 3 a.m. We done the Doncast. It was done, finished. We spoke about everything we're about to speak about again. But obviously, we didn't manage to get it out in time because we had so much content to come out. And there's been things that's happened since. So we've got to redo it. This is for the family. And yeah, today is literally a squad update and how we feel going into the season. Today's date is, I'm not sure, it's September the 3rd. Just finished the Man United Arsenal game. That's when we're doing this. So I think this episode will come out after our first game of the season. So obviously we don't know what's happened. All right, cool. Let's get straight into this. So King, we're going to kickstart this with a review on last season. So you came into the job in what? January? Was it January?
No, we're in December. November. Yeah.
Alright, November. Your first game was the Hatcham National Cup, right?
Yeah. It was supposed to be a Plumstead Cup game.
Yeah.
Plumstead
Thrown in
Cup
at the
was
Nationals.
cancelled, and it was the big one, the Nationals.
Yeah.
Against Hatcham, right?
Do you know what? Yeah, the journey starts from before that. Because
Yeah.
obviously, JR wasn't available in pre-season. And
Yeah.
so having to take some pre-season games. And I think it was important for me to go in there and have those games under my belt to see how I would feel talking in front of everybody, trying to pick the team myself and so on and so forth. Obviously, I had JR who was on the phone and stuff, but really taking the team and delivering the team talks and what I wanted to talk about and how I wanted the team to look. Yeah, we're supposed to have the Plumstead Cup game, which would have been a nice first game to have, kind of ease myself into it. That got cancelled for whatever reason, probably weather. And then, yeah, straight into the big one, the Nationals. Definitely nerves before that one because it was our first Nationals game of the season. We knew we wanted to do well in that competition, so the pressure was on. But yeah, I just went with what I believed in, and then to reel off, what was it, 9 or 10 wins in a row. And I think for me, the important thing was turning around the energy in the group and making sure that everyone was together and was all pulling in the same direction, because at that time we had just been knocked out of 2 competitions.
Kent and the London
Cup.
Back to back.
Yeah, so all we had was the league and the Nationals. And
both penalty shootouts.
Yeah. And then the League Cup that comes later on in the season. So it was so important that we started that game right and got the win, because that would have been 3 cup competitions gone in the space of, a month. So the pressure was definitely on, but the team responded so well.
Sorry, bro. You're just fading out a little bit.
Look at that angle of the mic.
Yeah, that's what it is. I had to do it, sorry, bro.
No, it's pointing to the sky, pointing towards him.
It's got to be towards where he's talking.
Yeah,
the
down,
way,
down.
The way it's
I'm
supposed to
facing
be,
this
though.
way, innit?
Yeah. So it's got to be like that. Because you're talking to them,
But
innit?
if that's pointed down, point it down at him.
I think we need to step up the game here.
We're locked in. Hey, guys, we told you, keep the lights on. You can see what's going on. We're on a budget.
Bam.
Don's on a budget, man.
Every minute
We got
counts.
dodgy mics, we got dodgy lights, we got dodgy flipping office, everything. Yeah.
Fridge don't
So
work.
basically, what happened is Kingy, we couldn't hear him properly, and we can't be bothered to do it again. So we're gonna continue from where we was. Let's get cracking.
But yeah, man, so now big up to the boys. They responded so well, and then we reeled off the 9-10 wins in a row. Got ourselves far in the Nationals and started to build up some momentum in the league, which was important for us because we wanted to make sure that, the top 4 go into a playoffs, but we never wanted top 4. We wanted number 1 spot. And that was a brilliant way to start it off. So, and then obviously later on, deeper into February, into March, that's when it started to fall off a little bit for many reasons. And as men, as gentlemen here, we want to take responsibility first and at the end of the day. So we have to look at ourselves as management. I had to look at myself and figure out the mistakes that I made and how I let everybody down. And then also on the other side of that, especially our big players, they just didn't turn up in the moments that they were needed. And that's just the truth of it. But at the end of the day, look, as management, we had to look back, review, as we always do, and then sit down and speak with everyone at the end of the season. But I think going out in the Nationals in the semi definitely played its part in the energy in the group. I think everyone was so disappointed because it's one of those games where we definitely 100% believe that we should have won. We had the quality. There's no excuses for that. The other team, big up them. They turned up. They worked hard, and they worked harder than us at the end of the day. But those are the moments where you expect your big players to turn up, and they didn't. And then I had to look back as well and go, like, did I make the right decision? Did I pick the right squad and so on and so forth, and my substitutions and stuff? And at the end of the day, when I look back at it, there's some mistakes that I definitely made, and that's something that I've been open about with the players that I've had had a phone call with and everything. So that was disappointing. And then to go into the league campaign, we ended up finishing second, which isn't the worst in the world. You go into the playoffs, you're in the hat. But then when we got there and the playoffs started, we just weren't firing at all. The energy was just gone. And it just wasn't a great end to the season. We were so inconsistent. And then when I came and I sat down, I remember sitting down with George and he showed me and he started writing WL, WDL. And I was like, that's our form. And George was like, this is not SC Dons. And I was like, do you know what? is so real. It was so inconsistent from us, and it was just a poor end to the season, poor end to the campaign, not what anybody wanted. And luckily for us, we dug deep and ended up getting the Plumstead, which is a plus, because for this football club, a trophy at the end of every year it's a must at the end of the day.
But it's a big cup as well. Why did you want us in the Plumstead? What was kind of like your main motivation behind it?
Do you know what it is? As I said, we're ambitious people. SC Dons is an ambitious club. So we know, we can be honest here, our main focus was the nationals. But as I said, you can't, it's like I said before about sometimes as men, we focus on what we haven't got because that's what we want. And we forget what we have. When we didn't have what we have now, we wanted that. But now we've got it, it's like, yeah, I got that. So I think it's important for us to be dominating locally as well as globally or nationwide. We have to be the best where we're from. Do you understand? So that's why for me, I think the Plumstead Cup was important. But yeah, I think that's why it was important to do the Plumstead Cup, a competition that we've never done before. And that's why we entered that. So on a brief, yeah, was last season a success or a failure or a mixture of both?
I'd say, personally, I would say it's a mixture of both. Because obviously for me to come in and have that trophy under my belt is like it's relief, innit? It's like that pressure's kind of been removed, knowing that I can do that and be successful doing that with this team. So for me, I would say it's a bit of both. But if I'm looking at it purely from the team's perspective, I'd say it's a failure. Like, it wasn't good enough from us across the board towards that back end of the season. That March, April, May, we just didn't turn up at the end of the day. And we can sit here and say, oh, it's because of the nationals. But at the end of the day, that competition's gone now. You have to put that to one side and go, like, we have the league still to play for. And we just didn't do well enough doing that and having that mindset. So as a club, I'd say it was a disappointing.
Because you have to remember, yeah, as a club, yeah, like, we've got this behind us, yeah. I don't know if you can see it on camera. This is like Big G's shirt from when we won the Paul Picard Cup that year. Got a perfect balance of players that were hungry to play Sunday League football. And you have to understand, boys in our team, they've been here for a long time. They've played in front of 3,000 people, 2,500 people. They've won things. They're also men who got girlfriends, kids, grandkids, some of them, but I ain't going to say who. Yeah, but my point being, how do you motivate that man to turn up for a game against a team that he'd never heard of? That it seemed like, it felt to me like it was kind of, some people were just there because they don't want to let us down, so they're there. Do you know what I mean? And I think the back end of last season, George might have to touch on it more because he's on the pitch. But even for me, as me being me, I remember going into the UTR, I said to George, I said, that's when I realised something was wrong. I remember we went into the UTR game at Ebbsfleet, you know, when they beat us 3-0, and it didn't feel like a big game to me. And this is our club, like, you know what I mean, SC Dons, Don straps in, my name's in the badge, all that stuff. And I remember saying to George, this ain't that. It's UTR. Oh, we lost. Okay, you know what I mean? That's why I said, this ain't wrong, something's not right. That's how I felt. So imagine the players. I'm asking the players, hey, this is a big game. The boys, it just felt like, do you know why? We beat them so many times.
It liquidates it though.
Yeah.
Like, so what happens is, yeah, when you don't fear the opposition, you don't feel the threat, it's almost like you're almost putting a lion in the zoo, yeah, and you're going, here you go, here's your lunch at 12 o'clock, here's your dinner at 8. When you're in the jungle, not even in the jungle, when you're in the actual your element, I'm talking like the savannah, and you have to hunt for your meal, and you've got that hunger because you're thinking, I need to eat. Like, these animals that are raring to eat, they go a certain period where if they don't eat, they die. If you're in a zoo and you're getting fed at 12 and 8, it's fine. These boys, yeah, that potentially have had the taste of what it feels like to be at the very top, always need the reintroduction of new blood. That's what good teams do. You look at the top teams do it. But it's even more difficult when you're in a Sunday League team. But you can't have that Sunday League mentality when you're trying to build to the next point. Because that's why SC Dons was able to be successful, because the mentality never matched the level we was at. So the biggest challenge that we've got is, how do you motivate the players that have had the best of SC Dons so far to want to bring the ones who haven't had that experience and match that same desire? And I always say it starts from us. 100%. From the most basic things. Like, we've all had it. We've all had that late night on a Saturday and you turn up on a Sunday. No, you're there before everyone else. Because your mentality sets it for everyone else. Because that's what you do. You raise the standard. Last year, our standards dropped as a football club and as a team. Yeah. Because you're saying, I'm turning up to Ebbsfleet versus UTR, and I'm like, cool, it's UTR. They're playing and they're saying, we've never beaten SC Dons. We've never, this is our ground, this is our, they're repeating all the things that we've said to them. This is Coronation Street. That's because we've set the culture and the trend of how hungry you have to be to even make your mark on a game. We came in starving. No one could, look at, you're playing, I'm playing, he's playing. Didn't matter where he was from. That's what it was. So it is, I always say to you, bro, and all the other boys, SC Dons is just a cover-up for how close we are as a group. So when we're not tight as a group, it shows on the pitch. And that's why this year, if you look at the team, obviously we're going into that, the mentality is fresh because there's people that have been kind of in the background who are going, I need a bit of that. I need a taste of that. I want my chance. I've been watching you lot. And if he doesn't want to make himself available, I'm there. Yeah. I'll play in a position that I don't need to, for the team. And that's what you need.
No, I agree 100%. It was about this year, especially going into pre-season, was just about making sure that the people that had been there, so the people that are in that picture there, just not letting them get comfortable. I think we fell into that rut where everyone was just comfortable. People would turn up late. Yeah, they knew they were going to start. Doesn't matter. So come in half an hour late. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to start anyway. And it was about changing that. And also for me, it was the message that I'm giving to the boys. Like this season, coming in and having my own tactics and having my own say in who's coming in and who's going out and stuff like that, and it just gave me that little bit of a boost as well. So now when I'm delivering on a Sunday, it feels more upbeat. My energy's there now.
What I will say is, we took some losses last season, some heavy losses that the Dons ain't used to taking, and I'm happy that we took them, because no one can match our ambition or our hunger, nobody. So we owe some of these teams some stuff. And I can't wait for it, bro. Because you see the Dons, we are where we are after all these years, after COVID, it's just Sunday League. We're still here. We're still at the top of our game. We are the biggest Sunday League club in the world. We're not the best, though. We haven't proved that, even though we might believe we are. But some of these clubs, I hope they're on it like we are. I hope for their sake they take this serious. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because we have got some payback to give these people, bro. Honestly, bro, they caught us and they done what they're supposed to do. When you catch a giant, taking it easy, you got to take his head. Yeah, bro. Got to take his head. And they did. They took our head. Lambeth All-Stars took our head 3-0 in the London Cup. And what did we do? We punished them. 5 games back-to-back. No goals. Do you understand? Big up Winge, though. Big up Winge because he's Sunday League through and through. And I hope he comes back somehow and does his thing. I'm just making a point, All of them. All these teams that touched us, we're coming for them. And because we're going to move on because I'm confident about this season, I keep telling you, Kingy, that, because we had to go through this period. It's tough. How do you create something and like I said, keeping these boys hungry, and I love everyone that's involved at the Dons. But how do we go and win everything and become this big team and all of a sudden we don't have to pay subs and we got on all this stuff? How do you keep going when you're playing Saturdays and you're getting paid to play on a Saturday and all this kind of stuff? So that's what George is saying, but there's been people that's been waiting for the chance to play, and now they're getting their chance. That's why I put down here, we need to talk about it. The want to be here culture. What is this all about?
So, part of the review that we did as management at the end of the season was kind of looking back and going what did we lack last year, or what don't we want going forward? What can we leave last year and move on from it? And the most important thing was making sure that everybody wanted to be here and was committed to playing for SC Dons. Now, that doesn't mean I'm playing every single week, but it means that if I've got a game Saturday, Tuesday, I'm playing Sunday. Or if it's look, King, I've got 20 minutes in me, but I'm there if you need me. Alright, sweet. Do you know what, bro? I don't need you today. Or do you know what? I do need you. And that's what it was about. So I had an individual conversation with everybody that was involved, and we just spoke honestly at the end of the day, because that's what it is. It's not personal. I like everybody, but at the end of the day, I can only pick 11 to go onto the pitch and then 5 to be on the bench. So I have to be honest with everybody, and it was just in return, they had to be honest with me. So the conversation was simple: was what are you doing on Saturdays? Is that your priority? Do you want to be here? Are you committed to playing for SC Dons? And the conversations were wicked. I enjoyed every single conversation. And obviously, we have a list of players that are going to be squad players. And what that means is basically, if there's a space in the squad, then they'll get a call. They'll be first priority. Look, bro, I've got a space in the squad. Are you available? Or, do you know what? I need you, blah, blah, blah. Are you available? And then we got a list of committed players, the ones that we're going to choose from. I think we're at maybe 28 players, 29 players that we can choose from. And and those are the ones that are committed week in, week out. And obviously, barring injuries and stuff and family things that happen, but for the most part, they're there and they want to be there. And I think that was the most important part. They wanted to be there, ready to go with our vision, what we want for this season, what we're looking forward to doing. And I thought we got there.
Exactly, and I think, like I said, from SC Dons, we're a brand, and we don't get days off at SC Dons. We don't. We've never really been able to have a pre-season for what a pre-season should be, because every time we play, we have to win. We have to win. There's bragging rights. It's pre-season and people are doing what we used to do. I remember our pre-seasons and was playing against whoever, and we'll celebrate like we're on the Champions League, and that's where the Don spirit came from. But I think this year we managed to have a pre-season where we did lose. We lost to Bickley.
That was it.
And then we drew to Baiteze.
We which was a good result. We smoked Elmstead in the first half, but second half we kind of dropped off. But there was a whole point of that. We wanted to give people minutes. We wanted to see who wanted to be here. As you said, these games against teams that no one's heard of. Are you going to turn up and be here on a Sunday when you got a game on Tuesday and Saturday? So we have managed to, I think, achieve what we wanted to achieve as a management team, which we spoke about before the start of pre-season. So I think pre-season's been successful, and I'm very confident. Again, we're being transparent with the Dons family. They want to know where this guy is, where that guy is. Why is he not playing? Why is he not playing? Everybody that you see, they want to be here. Do you know what I mean? So the squad for this season, I'm going to go through everyone. If we've got time editing, Chris, maybe the graphics will put the names. I don't know, innit? But this is where we're at. What's the easiest thing to do? Shall I just read out the squad first?
Read out the squad first.
Read out the squad first, yeah?
Afterwards.
All right, fully committed. By fully committed, Kingy had personal conversations with everybody. And as I said, we love everyone. But it's a personal, honest conversation with people. Telling them what our plans are, what our goals are for the club this season and beyond. And asking them, do you want to be a part of that as a player? Am I right? So it doesn't have to be as a player. You could be on the sideline supporting whatever. But as a player. So what that means is to play for SC Dons, doesn't matter if you play Saturday football or not. It means you have to be available to play football on a Sunday morning, right? Yeah. Now, in previous years, because the club expanded and grew, we found ourselves in a position where we was trying to look after people in a thing of, well, you play Saturday, so yeah, when you can play, kind of let us know. But what was being damaged was SC Dons. And you saw it towards the back end of last season when we couldn't field. People were saying, I don't even recognise this team.
Not back end.
The whole season. Yeah,
you were playing at.
Yeah, I was playing at some, but at the same time was bringing signings in because we didn't have the same back four for how. Never. But when we won the league that time, remember, same back four. It was winning 1-0. So we lost that last season because we was trying to accommodate for people who were maybe tight on a Saturday. And it cost us.
And I don't think a lot of people, so they don't understand the process of how people make themselves available. So on a Monday, once we know the fixture details, that goes into the group. And then people can obviously, they've got until the Saturday latest to say, look, after their games on that Saturday, I'm not. During the week, that if somebody's knows they've got an engagement, whether it's a birthday or a family do, whatever they got to do, they let us know nice and early, injured, etc. That's more than enough time. Monday to Friday, you know. Then the Saturday comes in, and when people start putting X's in, that's when you start to realise who's available and who's not. Now that could be, at some points we had almost 16 to 20 X's.
Yeah, mad.
now you're down to 11 players. And you're scraping for subs. Yeah. It's been a trend.
Yeah.
Because the transition from going on, everyone, don't even mention non-league clubs. Don't mention Saturday teams. Then, all right, listen, let's have a bit of that talent. But we'll balance it because we understand that you boys have to earn a living, which we all understand. Then it was like, okay, we understand that. Then it was like, okay, balance it out. And then we end up in this situation last season where it was like, we had the supporters saying, who the hell is that guy? I don't recognise that person. Where's the spirit? What does the Dons even mean to that person? I don't, it's a new team every week. But that was because we were trying to cover our backs and cover the players by filling a void with a new face. Whereas this year, if no one don't turn up, bro, you'll know who's missing. You'll know from when he announces it, when we say who the squad is. You'll know who's saying they're committed. You'll know who's saying they're a squad player. You'll know who's not about.
And let's be transparent about it. We went from being what we were. So again, that spirit that you're talking about that carried us through those competitions, those leagues, and then we shifted slightly and we went, now we're going to sign the best players because look how much the club's growing. So now he wants to come and he's played in the league and he's done this and he's done that. So it's like, yeah, bring them to the Dons. Let's have them in our badge. Yeah. But then again, like George said, we're now going, you're sick, but you might be struggling. So you know what? It's all right. You can play in 2 weeks or 3 weeks time. And that's what diluted that. And this season, we've gone away from that. And it's like, we're not about just getting the best players in anymore. It's got to be right for our football club. And then, as you said before, if X, Y, Z's not available, all right, cool, fine. We're not going to do things where it's like, all right, we're going to bring him in and bring him in. Like, nah, we're going with this. Yeah. So that's why you're seeing a Mad B in pre-season. You're seeing a Doc in pre-season because it's like, these guys know what the club's about. So we'd rather play with these guys. Yeah. And then everyone that's not here can see it for themselves. So if we're losing, you have to take some responsibility for that. Because where were you? Unless you're injured, where were you?
Because you told us you was committed.
Right. So...
Yeah, we're going on a man's word and there's etiquette at this club. So I'm going to go through the squad after this toilet break, bro. I need to go to the toilet bad.
Them Coca-Cola bottles, yeah?
Hold it.
You're a joker. Man's got the theme music.
Alright, so we're going to go through the squad. We've got fully committed and we've got squad players. So obviously within this squad there'll be some new signings. We'll touch on that afterwards.
Yeah.
So the fully committed this season. Dom Perez, Perigo, Big G, Kingy, put his boots back on this year. Mo, MK47, Sammy Dutch, Montel, which we'll touch on. Steph Bull Terrier, TC, Tom Chambers, Diggers, Bobo Faith Bode, Oz Ten Hag, Tom Beer, J Boogie, Miles, SK, The Creature, Rhino, Rory, Dirtbag, Bradtastic, Mr. Robinson, Nathan Palmer, JD, we'll touch on JD as well, Lefty, Zach Ansah, K Runner, JJ, KG, who you lot have seen in pre-season, a young boy, Adam or Adem, 6'6", a Nigerian, and Toby Coker. So that's the fully committed. They've said that they will be here. They're part of the plans, right?
Yes.
They want to play Sunday League football for the Dons regularly. Whether that be, like you said, that might just be, Kingy, I got 15 minutes for you.
Yeah.
But they're involved, they're in the picture. So squad players, cool. So squad players, the guys that they're not committed this season, long and short.
Yeah. But we're not going to touch on why, because it's private.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they're not committed. But they're signed and registered.
Yes.
On a rainy day, we might ring them and say, listen, can we get some game time
and
from
also, just part of that conversation was, for some of them, it was because of their Saturday football.
Yeah.
And it was a conversation of, do you know what? When the season starts, so you get into September and October, then you start to get into a rhythm, then it could change. So it's just a phone call. So these guys are not iced out, they're not out of the picture.
Yeah.
It's just a conversation throughout the season. But to start it off...
Sporadic.
Yeah, but to start it off, you're committed to your Saturday football, and that's fine. So I'm going to commit to these players that are here week in, week out. But it can change, and it can easily come back
If it does, let me know.
Oh, it sounds like Granado might be coming back.
Hey, Ramsgate number 2, my boy Rhino.
Rhino.
We got Rhino, by the way. But yeah, so the squad players, RP7, Briggs, Breezy, Ellis, Cal, Marcel Barringtelli, Doctor, Dino. I don't know if Dino became a thingy, but yeah, Dino and RJ.
Where's Pabs?
Bro, like I said, hashtag where's the Kitman?
Where's Pabs?
Like I said in the first thing, where's Kitman? Kitman, talk to us. I heard he's on a serious deal. I heard he's seeing different type of paper. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I've messaged Pabs a few times. I've sent him messages. It's on blue. Or if I go to my chat now, literally, yo, Kitman, where you at, bro? Missing you this season. You still want to be a part of the club? Blue ticks, double blue tick.
Bro, I've been calling him.
Messaged him again. Yo, bro, can't hear from you. Double blue tick. Tried to call you, bro. One message from him. I'll call you back.
Yeah. That's
Where's Kitman?
He never calls back.
Yeah,
bro,
man.
He never calls back.
Just so mad.
What a player, man.
Do you remember Mr. Old School Wood? He still ain't collected
Yeah,
it from 2 seasons
Kitman won the Mr. Old School Award last season. Still ain't collected it.
No class.
Yeah.
But to touch on...
I said no class.
On the Dino one. So, Dino wants to be committed. But obviously, as we know, his body fails him. Yeah. I like to tell him he's made out of glass. This is how it is, innit? So he's going to get into rhythm on a Saturday football. But there's every chance that he's going to come into the committed squad. But we have to wait and see for that one.
Is that why he never comes to watch us?
No, that's a personal thing.
There we go, lazy. Bro. It's the Doncast, bro.
Dino's lazy.
On the Doncast, we touch base.
But no, it's real, and do you know what? It's something that it bothers his teammates at the end of the day. Let's just call it.
Yeah, man.
Isn't it?
Come on.
Because there's guys out there that are injured or not playing, and they turn up on a Sunday. And Dino never turns up on a Sunday.
Never, bro.
And there's something.
And
that
Dino
people
is,
noticed.
listen, bro. I've said this, bro. That guy was my favourite ever.
Big ball.
Maybe bar myth, yeah, but Dino, what a player, bro. Honestly, bro. But yeah, you hurt my heart every time, Dino, man. We love you so much. Why don't you love us? Alright, so that's the squad for this season, yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll touch on the new signings.
Yeah.
So
but before we go into this season's new signings, I think it's important to touch on last season's new signings because they had a major impact.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when we went on that run. So obviously the first one that came in was Mo, someone that we had been after.
Big up Mo, man. He was playing at Conference South level, I think, as well.
Yeah, he
Playing
was
on a Sunday for us as well.
He's someone that we was after for a while.
He is.
And to be fair to him, he stayed loyal to Rocker at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, enough times he turned around and was like, "Nah, King, I'm staying. I've got family there," and we all respected him for it. But I think when I came in and took charge, the friendship that we have, because obviously we have a friendship outside of football, it just made things a little bit easier, and for him it made sense, and he can now travel with me to the games and so on and so forth. But now, big up Mo. Obviously, you've seen him in midfield, you've seen him at centre half, and I think he's going to be important for us this season. Then TC came in, and wow.
What a player.
Yeah.
And like I said in the Keno episode, defenders don't always get a lot of highlights. So, like, the actual Don family, you might not know too much about TC. Like, it doesn't get much highlights, but you go on. I'll let you continue.
So, TC was unknown. No one knew of TC, but he came in, and after the first performance, everyone kind of turned around and went, wow, who's this kid? Like, where's he come from? And he's just been on that kind of trajectory, especially playing for us anyway. And people love him on the sideline at the end of the day. Like, I feel as if he's an important part of the team. When he plays, he brings something different, especially being a left-footed defender. He's never played centre half in his life, but when he plays there for us, he just looks so comfortable, and he gives us something that we haven't been able to have in that position. So
he's proper likeable, man. I got to know him when we was doing pro clubs, and he was proper sick. Like he had a good humour about him, and he was calling people out like, "Hey, why didn't you pass it to me, bro?" Like, "Hey, I was on." And I was like, "Bro, I like this guy." And that's the other bits to the team as well, like the stuff that we all do outside of football.
Yeah,
those are really important parts. But he's a really good addition.
No, very good kid, very polite, very respectful, and it's a joy to have him in. Steph isn't the most glamorous footballer in the world, but he gives you work rate, gives you energy. He's the most versatile player that probably I've ever played with. He can play anywhere: right back, left back, up top, right wing, left wing. I probably wouldn't trust him anywhere in the middle.
And plays in every position at a basic 5 every week. Do you know what I mean?
The Black Sammy Dutch.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. So what he brings to the table is massive, man. His hunger, his desire, his work rate, his intensity, and he brought that from Hatcham over to us, and he's kind of fitted in really, really well. You've seen him score goals, you've seen him prevent goals, so you're going to see a lot of him this year. I can't tell you what position, because at the end of the day, he's going to play everywhere for us, so that's an important piece for us there. And he bought in straight away, so that was a big, massive addition. And then
before he does that, the reason why he'll stop playing him up top is so he can play. That goal he scored against Baiteze was a madness. I know you well enough, and now you're playing it.
I'll touch him. Stop.
You're trying to make sure that he don't play up top.
Hey, listen to
He's not an option up there.
4 goals in pre-season.
He's going to make him play right back.
I don't do that, George. What was I saying to you earlier? I'm probably going to start that first game.
Yeah.
Sorry, who
Tom Beer.
Tom Beer, yeah. Tom Beer was someone. So Tom Beer came in. I don't know if we can touch on it, but Tom Beer came in a time where we thought Lefty was gone. We didn't think Lefty was going to be here anymore, and so we brought in Tom Beer, and then everybody knows about Tom Beer from non-league. Obviously, me and George know him through our time at Greenwich. He was different. He was something completely different. We'd never seen something like that before. The way that he could carry the ball through midfield, his deliveries from set pieces, his leadership qualities that he brings to the team. So we was very, very happy to have him in and bring him on board. And unfortunately for him, he hasn't been able to take part this pre-season because he's going through injury. He hasn't played for his Saturday team either. But he's eager to play. Like, that's someone that messages me weekly. Like, he wants to be involved. That King, I want to be on the bench this weekend. And we both know there's no chance of you making the bench, but he's like, no, I want to be there. And he's doing everything that he can. So that another one that wants to represent the club. So big up Tom Beer, and again came in at a difficult time for the club, but but never ever once complained, never said a word, just came in and got stuck in at the end of the day.
Another thing I wanted to say is, I know Tom as well, and the story behind the football club in terms of the losses, and he's also been through some stuff outside of football, which is why the club has meant so much to him, because it's obviously the one thing we do at the Dons is we touch base on a lot of different things that a lot of normal people go through, but we get through it and we show, like, look, this is where we are. Like, Tom's somebody who was a professional footballer with AFC Wimbledon. We're talking, like, successful. A lot of people would have seen it and thought, why would you want to play Sundays? But he understands what the football club means, and that's what we talk about you want to be here, is understanding what you're actually representing. And it's very difficult for the supporters to understand that when they just hear, oh, we've just signed another marquee name. It's a name player. But these boys who are here now really do understand what this club means.
Going into this season and the guys, so I think the first 3 names are quite obvious. So it's myself, who obviously I stopped playing when I took over. That's a conscious decision that I made. So I decided that I wasn't going to play anymore because I wanted to make sure that I gave everybody else the opportunity to get onto the pitch. And for those of you that have never gone from being a teammate with everybody and then going into management, it's a difficult position to be in, because of course I want to play, but now I have the responsibility of picking and deciding everybody's minutes. And at the end of the day, everybody else came before me, and that was just my mindset. But going into this season, I want to play. I want to be back. As you can see in pre-season, I have been playing. Obviously, I didn't play in the game against Kenilworth because I came off injured against Baiteze really early. I'd say it's a stroke of genius because, as you said, Steph's goal was mental.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
But I will be back playing this season, hopefully for the first league game. So hopefully you'll see me there. And then Oz, who's obviously been part of the Fives, and not only has he been part of the Fives, he also played a few games under me last year as well. But he's going to be in full time this season. I think for Oz, what he's done at Fives has been crazy. It's been mental what he's been able to do at Fives, and the culture shift there, and the way that they're playing and dominating. So big up Oz for that. But for him, it was coming into pre-season and kind of proving your worth there, and he's done that. Now, Oz has been phenomenal this pre-season. Yeah. Big him up as well. He just looks full of confidence at the end of the day, and he's another one that taught me what it meant to watch your team struggle and come onto the pitch and play yourself, and to not stand on the side and watch everybody, but to show everybody. And Oz showed me that. And George is shaking his head because George has been telling me for ages to play, but
I don't believe in. You see, when it comes to Sundays, yeah, I believe you need a manager, but I also feel like no one follows leadership better than you being there. When they see you scoring goals, like the way you did against, what was that academy team that we played that time? Pure Performer. You came on, you scored 2, you know. This team is led by example, and if you are willing to be the person in a position to be criticised, whether it goes right or wrong, people respect you for it. It's no different from, so random, but I was watching that Irish guy versus, who's the guy from Geordie Shore? Did you see it? Who's that better?
I don't watch them programs.
No, I don't watch the show, but I saw it. I don't watch it, but I saw
guy from Geordie Shore.
There's a guy
Chris just shaking his head back.
There's a guy from Geordie Shore, yeah. No, it was so funny, that's why. Because this Irish guy was talking the maddest smack, yeah. Proper fighter, done MMA, done everything, yeah. And this guy was from Geordie Shore, yeah, and he was going against
Aaron Chambers.
Him. That's him. Chalmers, I say.
No, he's a fighter.
He's a fighter now.
Yeah,
No. And this Irish guy was like, bro.
Who won? They fought?
He lost. Who
lost?
The Geordie guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was always going to lose. But
in what way? Knocked him out or just?
Nah, I think he just dropped him.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, like, this guy was getting into a situation where he wasn't guaranteed he was going to win. So you can't disrespect him. Like, no matter what you say, you're a waste man, this or that, you're still getting a ring with him, man. You being a gaffer, yeah, all the boys can say, you're giving us all the information you want, but you're not performing. That's you being willing to be criticised. And that's honourable. I respect the people that put themselves in a situation to be criticised. And if you keep performing, all it does is it builds up your own confidence, because you're like, I believe in what I'm saying. And that's what this club's been based on. People backing up what they say. We're the best team in Kent. Before we've even won a title, we're the biggest Sunday League club. Bang, we make it happen because we outwork everyone. Then they look at you and they say, bro, what a leader. And you're the youngest in charge. That's probably the hardest thing. Everyone in the team, barring maybe 3 players, is actually older than you. That's tough. You know, it's a big job, bro.
No, I know.
You know it.
I know.
But that's why you got people who are supporting you supporting you, and we believe in you, man.
No, I appreciate it still. No, so yeah, Oz, and then obviously the last year, Brad, who everybody knows as well. It's been lining up at the fives, man.
Fantastic.
Wow,
Teenage dirtbag.
What a talent!
Banned for the first 3 games though.
Yeah. He's got so much potential, and I just really hope that we can give him the platform to go out there and shine, man. That's all we want for him at the end of the day. So it's another one who hopefully you're going to see regularly after those games that he serves. But we're looking forward to that one. So myself, Oz and Brad, who are obviously involved with the Dons, but at the end of the day, we all feel like new signings this year being part of it. So those are the 3 that are coming up, and then obviously the new ones that are coming. So you got Adam, very, really young goalkeeper, who is going to come in and be George's understudy. He's going to be the number 2 to George. He's going to come to majority of the games, take parts in the warm-up, and you will see him in goal this year because George's not going to play every game, obviously.
George is fighting, obviously, as well, 24th.
Exactly. So this is someone that has big shoes to fill at the end of the day. Like George is a massive part of what we do, but we all have confidence in Adam. He's come in, he's done well in pre-season. And another one with so much potential that we hope that we can give him the platform to go and succeed. So now big up Adam for coming in, and
Big up German Pete,
and big up Pete as well. So Pete, who's coming in, he does a lot of work with George, but recently he's been doing a lot of work with me on the sideline as well, being part of the coaching team and everything. And I said to him that, Pete, you have the responsibility. Like, you can go and look for our next goalkeeper, the next one that we want, and he went out and he done that, and he brought in Adam.
Sick. I didn't even know that Pete brought him in.
Yeah, and we're all happy with
Pete,
that.
man.
So big up Pete for that one. We're grateful to have him.
and he does all the frames as well.
And he does all the
Yeah,
frames
big
for us
up
as
Pete,
well.
man. And that's what this club's about. We've got a lot of people behind the scenes that don't really get much credit. Do you know what I mean? So big shout out to Pete, Ali, and all them lot behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
And you've got Dom
Perez,
Wow. Wow.
the Eagle.
Dom, fantastic player.
What a player.
Fantastic player. I still quite can't believe that he's in a Don shirt at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, Baiteze's loss is our gain. He believes in the vision. He believes what we're about, and he's hungry. And he believes that we're hungry. So it matches at the end of the day. But yeah, it's an excellent addition. You're going to see him play at left back for us. You're going to see him play in midfield for us. You might even see him out on the wing for us. He's that versatile. He's that good in possession. And he's someone that has the complete trust of everyone in the squad. So big up Dom for coming over. We believe in him. And then you've got KG. So at first, obviously, we all spotted KG playing against us at fives. You all noticed that he plays for DUA. And he's just someone that, after seeing him the first time, the second time, there's certain kids when they play, and you can't seem to take your eye off them. They've got something about them. KG was one of those people. And yeah, man, DUA were just slow at the end of the day.
But why would you want to hold the young boy back? Like, let's be right, man. Why would you want to hold the young boy back? Yeah, so big up KG and big up DUA, because that's like, everyone knows DUA. That's our kind of rivals at the fives. But you know, we're offering KG a platform here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Why would you make a man feel bad about coming to play for SC Dons on a Sunday? Like he's staying at his team on a fives on a Monday. Yeah. What's the point in going to play with them on a Sunday for what? Come and excel, man. Let the boy live, man. Like the same thing, like them man try to give Oz a hard time for playing for us. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Allow it, man. People, if you really love your brother, you gotta want the best for them, man. And KG, yeah, we had a conversation with him today, and his story it touched me a little bit, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a young boy who's just come out of full-time football. Football's all he knows. You know,
7 years.
Do you know what I mean? He's 20 years old. All he knows is football. He was in a full-time situation. I'm not sure what team he said, Millwall or something like that. I can't remember. And like right now, it's hitting him hard. He's struggling. He's saying it like he's turning up at non-leagues and the standards ain't the same. And he's so used to playing football, he doesn't know what to do with himself. That's why we're saying, bro, come play with the Dons. You know what I mean? While you can, and as we do for all these young boys. The second he says, "Kingy, I can't play, bro, I'm committed," say, no problem. Yeah. We're not forcing him to play, but a kid of that talent, come and use this platform. No, you know, and if you're his people, don't make him feel bad for not playing for DUA on a Sunday. Why would you? We're going to smoke them on a Sunday as well. Let them know I said it. They're getting smoked on a Sunday. But big them up at the same time. I talk like this because this is what we do. We create rivalries, and I respect them because they bring this out of me. I want to beat them. So that's credit to them. Do you know what I'm saying? Thanks. But yeah, big up KG, man. I think he's been a fantastic addition.
Yeah, you're gonna see him,
and he's young. There's another young player. So Dom's young, KG's young, Oz, Brad, even yourself is young. Obviously, you're different because you've been here from 2017. So it's like it doesn't. You get forgotten about, but like you're serious as well.
But yeah,
sorry, KG.
You're gonna see KG at left back. You're gonna see him up top. You see him off the wing. Another versatile player that can do both roles. As you can see, his first game for us, left back, goal. Second game for us, striker, goal. So someone that's gonna bring a lot, man. So we're excited to have him in. Toby was obviously he played against us at the end of the day. So everyone will be going up. What's going on? What's happening?
Why are we taking all Baiteze's players? We can't take some more. We can't take some more. I've been telling you Baiteze ain't welcome here, man. You lot on your funny jokes, man. I see their little thing. It's playing UTR. Wonder Boy and them, man, there. But it's 4-2 SC Dons. Baiteze, come on, man. Little bros.
So
what a rivalry that is.
No, 100%.
And big up Baiteze because,
100%.
you know, again, you need that. We need that. You know what I mean? Like, so that rivalry there is so good for the culture. So good for the culture. And it's true, they're on top of us at the moment. Like, they've beaten us 4 times, we've beaten them twice. You know, but if imagine we get them in a cup competition this year after that. After just plucking their players. You know what I'm trying to say?
But I'm going to be open, honest with you about Toby. Toby's from South.
That's what I'm saying, touch on it.
Toby's from Deptford at the end of the day.
Me and
Toby went to school together. So I've known Toby from when he was small to when he's up playing against us for Bickley, playing against Baiteze. So I've known Toby for years. Toby is from South. And we had an honest conversation. He just said, look, travelling to East for a 9 a.m. meet or whatever it is, it's long. It's long for him.
Yeah.
And the new direction that Baiteze are going in, it's not for him at the end of the day. So we had a conversation about what it would mean to come to the Dons. Obviously, at the time, our squad was complete at the time.
What was the man said about Madam Two Swords?
That the assistant gaffer looks like flipping Ken.
Man was saying that the assistant looks like Ken. You know Ken from Barbie.
It's like his forehead don't match his face, fam.
Hey, but he looks like he knows his stuff. So, you know what I mean?
Big G shit, fam.
Yeah, he's that big G shit. Guy looks like a Madam Two Swords, bro. Like when I met my girl, yeah. Let's not even get into that. That's a whole next Doncast, bro. That's a whole next wine and heartbreak talk. But I took her. Long story short, I took her to Madam Two Swords, innit? Yeah. He looks like someone from Madam Two Swords, bro.
Do you know what?
A living Madam Two Swords character.
B-Tech, what's it?
If I was Baiteze, yeah, the way I'd make that guy a superstar. The way I'd edit him as just like the real life Ken, bro.
He's like Woody, fam. Woody with no eyebrows.
Trust me, bro. Them man are the scary characters as well. But yeah, we went off there. So yeah, Toby's from Ends. He's from Deptford. He went to school with you.
Yeah, man.
It makes so much sense for him to be here.
Yeah, so at the time when we had the conversation, obviously our squad was complete. We wasn't looking to bring anybody in. But this was kind of an opportunity that we couldn't really pass up. So I just had an honest conversation with him. I said, look, this is where we're at in terms of our squad. Come and be a part of it. Come and sign. But you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to work your way into the side. It's something that I think you can do, but you got to go and prove it. And then just as that happened, obviously a few days later, obviously what happened to Montel. So for those of you who don't know, Montel broke his leg. He's had his surgery and he's back home now. But he was in Margate for a few days. Had to stay up there to wait for his surgery. But it's heartbreaking news, man. We're all sad to hear about what happened to him. We was all excited because Montel was back this year. He wanted to play for the Dons. He wanted to be a part of it. And just touching on what we spoke about earlier, Montel was that kind of person that he would call me on a Saturday, be like, King, man, he actually once called me and said, King, I've got 5 minutes in me. And I actually said, once I need it. I need those 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And guess what? He turned up.
Big up Montel, man. Montel, man. If you're watching this, bro, big up, man.
That's a real Don there.
Trust me, that's a real, like, Montel's whole story, bro. We have to get him in for a Doncast.
No, facts.
Because, like, Montel, and that's another one, came out the full game, the pro setup, came and signed for the Dons when I got injured, innit? I got injured. We had no midfield. All them man was not playing because of the Saturday thing. It was only you playing and...
That was the Hive thing.
The Hive thing, bro.
The Hive hijack.
The Hive hijack, bro. And Monts came and played for us. He was meant to just be there for a couple of weeks because I think he was trialling with QPR or something. And he stayed ever since. Yeah. Comes to all our Fives games. Yep. Comes to all SK's fights. Buys merchandise. Yep. Supports everything we do. Yep. The guy's been struggling with his shins for time. Yep. But like he said, he'll ring you, King, I got 10 minutes. He was there on the Baiteze. He only got 10 minutes. But he said, look, I've only got 10 minutes, yeah? But that's the difference this season, isn't it? Yeah. That, as you said, you know, guess what? I need them 10 minutes. Big up Monts, man. Listen, and speed. I don't like to say speedy recovery to people, you know. I like to say steady recovery. Because, like, You need to recover properly in it. You don't want to rush your recovery. So for me, it's more steady recovery, and hopefully it doesn't drag on. But as long as it takes, it needs to take, innit?
And they can also support him in this period by
we can support him, man. He's a young hustler, man. He's got his It's Too Easy clothing. We've done a collaboration with him. There will be some more coming as well. But if you can support the guy, support him, man. Go and grab your merchandise. The guy's a good guy, man.
No, 100%.
Talented player as well.
Obviously,
And he's on the SC Dons anthem,
Yep.
which is coming. Yeah, we've got a brand new SC Dons anthem. He came and dropped to 8 bar. So yeah, big up Monts. And also, which is why we're touching on the injury section, big up Denny, JD.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a servant of the club he has been. What a serious centre-back, body on the line, wins his headers, wins his tackles, talking about wanting to be here. Every week he's playing, shit pitch, good pitch, doesn't ask no questions. And he's tore his ACL. So that's another thing. If there's anyone watching this that has links or something to like some kind of private hospital or something, that's what happened to me. When I said I tore my ACL, someone hit me up like, listen, I work in Blackheath Private Hospital. Get yourself referred here and I'll push your name forward. And they cut me out 10 months. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So if you're watching this and you can help JD, he's tore his ACL, he's on the NHS, he's waiting 10 months for an operation. Like, it's mad. So yeah, if you can help JD, please do.
No, big up JD, someone who, as you said...
That's why you're not seeing him play, innit? He's injured, yeah.
He's there week in, week out, puts his body on the line. That was, when he first came, that's exactly what he did. He put his body on the line and he was part of that back four unit that was keeping clean sheets. And he was committed. And even like, I remember last season, there was games and I called him and I was like, look, like, you're not going to play. He was like, yeah, no worries. Like, I'm there. I'm there for the team. And then he got himself back into the team and was part of it and doing really, really well. And so obviously what happened to him. So, again, another one who we've all spoken to individually about it, but he has our support. And obviously this season he's going on, he's part of the management team, I think it's at Lordswood. Good luck to them for this season. But yeah, another one that's in our thoughts, JD. But just going back to the Monts thing, obviously that then allowed us, it kind of opened up a spot for Toby. And I don't want to sound disrespectful to Monts at all, because I've got lots of love for Monts outside of football. But as you know, as football goes, when someone's down, the next person steps up. And so that allowed Toby to kind of have a spot in the squad without anybody looking at it sideways and going like, what's he doing? What are you lot doing? Signing too many players and whatnot. So,
well, but even then, like the signing too many players. Look, pre-season we've had about 13 men available. Do you know what I'm saying? So
no,
we've had to bring people in.
No, for sure.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. So when you're seeing someone not playing, it's majority of the time they're not making themselves available.
Yeah.
It's not that King is dropping anyone. People are not making themselves available. So what are you supposed to do? Do you understand? So
that's why they say the kind of headache you want is a headache where everyone's available.
yeah.
That's the kind of headache you want, because then you have to pick from it.
Not me.
You're working with whatever is made there.
Yeah.
You know.
Last one, the creature, Jake.
Yeah, Jake Rose. So, Jake Rose played in the X1s. Just done really, really well. Like, he impressed everybody when he played in the X1s. And it was someone that we looked at and we went, we have to get him in.
He's from round there. He's from round the corner. Goes way back with Syl Benson, Mr. Wackett.
Yeah.
I've known Jake for a minute as well. So that's if he's gonna play Sunday League football, he should be playing for the Dons basically.
Facts.
So it makes sense.
And another one who's come in pre-season and impressed, man. He's done really, really well. He's a physical presence in the middle of the park. He can play off both feet as well. So now we're happy to bring him in. And for those fans out there, that's our direct route to Myth.
Yeah, bro.
That's my goal this year, man, to bring Myth back this season. If it's just for one game, then it's for one game. But that's my favourite ever SC Dons player.
And Jake Rose is in the Myth camp.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's one step closer to the Myth.
So those are our new signings this season.
And last season, Miles. We didn't touch on Miles.
Oh, yeah, Miles. Wow, so...
M-Fly.
No, don't do that to me.
Yeah, M-Fly.
M-Fly, bro.
So, again, just being open and honest with everyone. So, I had a conversation with Mo, and Mo, for those of you who don't know Mo wants to be a midfielder at the end of the day. He wants to play in midfield, and he said, look, King, I've got a centre-half for you. He's got good potential. He's really good. And we were looking light last season at times as well. So we said, all right, cool, let's have a look at him, let's bring him in. And to be fair to Miles, he's coming in at another difficult time and done really, really well at the end of the day. Presence at the back, he's got size, he's got ability, he can play. And credit to him, he's stuck around this season as well.
No, I respect about him. He's come in, and he's made mistakes that have led to goals. and he's kept showing up.
Yeah.
That's the easiest exit route. You could be the person that we've had people that have played one game for the Dons. I remember Swag London, Smirker playing in that game. They had one bad game, we never saw him again. Yeah. Miles has played big games and potentially conceded, been a reason why we conceded, but he's gone, no, I want to be here.
Yeah.
And that you hear those words, I want to be here, I want to keep showing up. I respect honest players, and I'm really happy that he's there as well, and hopefully we can find that partnership that gets the best out of him.
That's the squad for this season. So everyone that we've touched on, they're those that are involved. If you haven't said their name, then they're not involved this season.
Except for Pabs. We don't know about Pabs.
Kitman, no one knows. So Chris put his @ here. Feel free to go and DM him. Everybody send a DM to him. # where are you? # Kit's dirty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where Kitman is. I don't know where he is, bro. So yeah, try and shout him. I don't know what's going on over there. But yeah, alright, cool. Swiftly moving on. We know we've been talking for a minute. We don't want to drag on too much. More of an update. So Homeground. Where's SC Dons playing their football this season? We have no home ground. This is just being honest. We have no home ground. Two things. It was supposed to be Bromley FC's back pitch. Yeah, they told us back pitch confirmed. About a week before the season starts, we get a phone call. Lads, back pitch has been booked up. We can only offer you the front pitch.
At what cost? Cost that?
So we've sat the whole summer, believing our home ground is Bromley FC back pitch. Rang us up. Can only offer you the back pitch, the front pitch. We've got a good relationship with Ammo, so big up Ammo at Bromley FC. But long story short, thought we had the back pitch. Got a phone call, told it's been booked up. Yeah. To be fair to them, they offered us the main pitch at a discounted price, which I'm not going to say. Yeah, It's out of our budget. But did I say at the start? Press that off. Got to keep the lights on, bro. We got to keep the lights on. Yeah. Look, and it stays off for long. See how long it stays off for? See how long it stays off for?
Yeah, bro.
So basically, big up Bromley FC, big up Ammo. That's our link down there. But sold us a short straw, Ammo, mate. Thought we had the back pitch. Was comfortable, ranting and raving about it. Don's on 4G. We're gonna smoke everyone. Given a phone call, back pitch being taken off us. Can offer you the front pitch at a discounted rate, but well above our budget. Yeah. So we have nowhere to play. I want to send a massive shout out to my nephew, Freddie. Yeah. I'm one of them uncles. I'm not the best. I don't actually know his age. I think he's about 9. Yeah. What a lovely young lad. Yeah. And he loves the Dons. Literally loves the Dons, you know. Can tell you everything about us. So he plays for Ebbsfleet. They're like youth team. And then my sister rang me the other day and she's like, his dad went to pick him up from the game, Ebbsfleet, and the coach has come up to Liam, 2-1, big up 2-1, sporting director at the Dons. The Ebbsfleet coach has come up to him and said to him, yes, Lee, mate, spoke to Freddie, we're going to look into that for you. And then Liam's like, what are you talking about? Freddie's 9, yeah? Oh, Freddie was telling me that the Dons are homeless and they need a home ground. And he was like, what? He said, we're going to look into it because they got a facility or something at Ebbsfleet. So yeah, big up Freddie. If you're watching this, Don Fredzy, Fredegard, he's an Arsenal fan, he'll be happy today. So because of your hard work, Freddie, who knows? Maybe Ebbsfleet might give us something.
But we're still...
But we're homeless, bro. Yeah. But big up the jungle. You gotta love the jungle. Yeah. The jungle's our home and they stick with us for everything. Big up Josephine, big up Tats, big up everyone involved at the jungle and AFC Lewisham. Yeah. We can ring them on a Thursday and say, Josephine, can you get us a pitch?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah, they'll pull the strings for us. So big up AFC Lewisham and the jungle. That is looking like it's our home ground at the moment. No disrespect to them, but we know we're better on 4G, innit? Do you know what I mean? So ideally, if we can find a 4G, that's what we're looking for. So if anyone, or just a nice carpet of a pitch. Yeah. But until then, the Dons are SC Don Wanderers. Yeah, we have no home ground, guys. So if you have a facility, get in touch with us, man. That's the home ground situation. Sponsorship situation. Big up GDK, that's family. They're on the front as always. They're sticking with us for our journey. So big up Ed, Atif, everyone involved at German Doner Kebab. What a fantastic part of our family, and they're with us, and we've got big plans with them behind the scenes. Big up Phantom as well. They've done a great job for us last season, but we still do have the sleeves available and the shorts available. So get in touch if you want to get your branding put on the club. 1.5 million views a month, guys. This is no small stuff. Last but not least, the question.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
So Are SC Dons going non-league?
There you go. So, last but not least, the question, and Chris, I'm saying this so when you make the trailer, you can just throw it in there. Are SC Dons going non-league Saturday football?
Hey, watch this.
There you go. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, SC Dons going. You know the way that you have that same question 3 times.
Yeah.
No,
Why didn't you say it then?
No,
And it will just show Chris. It will just show King quiet. So yeah, King. Are SC Dons going Saturday league?
It's something that we've all spoken about. It's something that we're definitely interested in doing. Obviously, it's nothing that we're going to rush. We're not going to rush this because it's a big step. It's a big leap, and we want to make sure that we do it our own way. We're not into. We don't care what anyone else is doing. We want to make sure it's right for us. So it's definitely something that we're looking into, and I believe eventually we'll get there. Eventually, SC Dons will be playing Saturday football. It won't be next season because obviously we're committed to playing Sunday next season. But in the future, you never know. There's talks behind the scenes at the end of the day. But that's all we can say on that.
Yeah. So just to touch on that, it seems like something everyone wants to see, and it seems like the natural progression for the club for what SC Dons can do for the whole community. Imagine SC Dons in the FA Cup. Or college programs.
But that's what I'm saying.
Teams.
What would it look like?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, with the Dons family, we're transparent with everyone. There's no point beating around the bush. To do something like that requires major investment. Do you understand? Which is why we want to do it right. We could easily go and join the lowest level of Sunday League next season if we want to, try and round share with somebody. But if we're gonna do something, like you said, we want to do it right. Which is why I keep saying Sheikh, Jassim, Saudis. Come talk to us, man. And the answer at me.com. Yeah. But yeah, it's something that we think is definitely something where we may have to eventually lead to. That won't affect Sunday League football because we think we'll always remain as a Sunday League club. But yeah, it's a question that keeps getting asked. So I think it's best we address it. It's not a no, but it's something that requires major investment. So there's conversations that we're having behind the scenes with certain particular people. But again, we can't put a date or anything on anything. It requires major investment. It requires a ground and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, man,
that's a big project.
It's a big
like SC Dons.
It's a massive project.
SC Dons in its current status, Puma sponsorships, soccer supplement, do you know what I mean? GDK, all these major, and this is in its current state. You imagine once you enter the pyramid, the kind of exposure that would come with that, and the building, the base that we've already built. It's incredible because we can all say it. We've seen it, what hashtag have done. Hashtag has got a very similar model in terms of online presence to what the Dons has. And they've actually showed that people will follow their non-league journey. However, because we've done the groundwork of being a Sunday League side and being so deeply based in grassroots football, I believe the Sunday League circuit follows everything.
100%.
I believe that the people that watch us enter the pyramid then go, that's the team I want to play for because I can then kick on, or I understand what that club actually means to where I'm from, And then before you know it, we've played non-league. I've done it. I've done non-league. I've played for Ashford. I've played for teams, Hythe and these teams that are not in deep Kent. And I'm from Lewisham, do you know what I mean? So you can only imagine the reach of where people would be willing to travel to play for SC Dons, for the chance to represent the club and use the platform to then kick on. Because then we've got success stories. Yeah. So for us to enter the pyramid, it would be incredible. It'd be incredible.
No, the bit that I'm looking forward to the most is the academies as well, man. Because there's so many young children that watch SC Dons and they want to represent the club. And they're thinking to themselves, I have to wait till I'm 18, 19, 20. But this is an opportunity for us to go, no, we're going to have our own Dons Academy and we're going to have the best talent coming through. And it doesn't have to be the best talent in the South anymore. Now we're opening up because, as George says, we've got kids from everywhere that want to come and are willing to travel to be a part of that journey. You know how many kids will want to meet George? Yeah. Want to come and meet you? Want to come and meet Mr. Old School? Even kids that will want to come and meet Chris and be part of media at the end of the day. So the reach is amazing at the end of the day, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to. I know that someone like JR is really looking forward to that, who's dominant in that area in terms of academy and bringing through players. Like TC, for example, come through JR's academy at the end of the day. So it's something that we can.
You can imagine Apps and Roots. They're probably thinking, here we go, here's our answer. But all they've been told is that
Apple.
They're on ice for now. Basically, we're saying that.
Them man were calling Dom Perez Judas.
No.
But yeah, man. Listen, we're gonna think about wrapping this up in a minute. Targets for this season, King.
Yeah. So for this upcoming season, obviously, I think it's 6 competitions in total. And the way that I split the competitions, you got the Nationals, the London, and the League. Those are 3 competitions that SC Dons never won. So at the end of the day, those are the 3 that I'm like, we have to walk away. We have to represent ourselves in the right way in those 3 competitions, and that means winning. So those are the 3 that we're going. That's a must. Then you've got the League Cup, the Plumstead Cup, the Kent Cup. And again, that's not me saying we're binning off those competitions. We still want to win. We still want to go for everything, but those competitions will allow us to do certain things in those games and still try and retain our Plumstead Cup title, still try and do better than what we did last year in the Kent Cup. What did we got in first round, second round? Not good enough at the end of the day. So we need to make sure that we're going and kicking on in those competitions and representing ourselves well. Last year in those competitions, it's like we pissed off at the end of the day, and we don't want that this year. So Kent, Plumstead, and the League Cup, we want to go far. League, Nationals, London, we want to win. That's at the end of the day, that's what I spoke to everybody about, and that's what we want this year.
Said it, bro. We said it. We put it out there. Put pressure on ourselves as always. We're coming for it all this year. All the belts. The hunger is back. Thank you for tuning into the Doncast. As I said, if you want a sponsor, put your brand on the table somewhere. Trying to keep the lights on. Also, make sure you leave your comments in the comment section. Ask us any questions. We'll address it in the next week's episode. Big G Fight in September the 24th. Tickets available now. As of now, it's September the 3rd. So we've got Panda on Sunday, but we're fully back in now. Big up everyone that comes to support the Dons. Big up everyone that's supporting the Dons in general. Go and get your merch. Come and support the club. We've got SC Dons merch for all males, females, children, worldwide, scdons.com. Sign up to the Patreon, full 90-minute episodes. And yeah, have a good week. See you next week.
Hey, turn them fucking lights on.
Why these nerds all screaming out gang? My shooters like United, don't sleep on them, they tango and bang. I was in Rio with Gio, found me a wife with a golden tan. I'm the kid with a golden plan, came from the trap, it was cold and damp. Now I'm in Park Row with dams. London City is burning, and the pig's still lurking. Car like Chelsea, I'm bringing in Sterling.